Did you know that the most endangered animals in the world are gradually facing extinction and may completely disappear in the few next years? Welcome to Amazing World TV channel on YouTube. In this video, we will show you the top 20 endangered animals that may soon no longer exist. We will also explain to you why they may go extinct. Please remember to subscribe to our channel to get update whenever we publish a new astonishing videos like this one. Happy viewing. Number 1. Amur leopard. Since 1996, the Amur leopard has been classified by the UN as critically endangered, with less than 70 individuals thought to exist today. It is hunted and killed for its beautiful fur. Its habitat is being destroyed for human settlement and agricultural practices. Number 2. Gorillas. Cross-river gorillas and mountain gorillas are both classified as critically endangered and endangered by the UN since 1996, that is 2 out of 5 gorilla subspecies. There are currently only 200-300 cross-river gorillas left in the wild, and 900 mountain gorillas. Number 3. Sea turtles. 2 types of sea turtles are amongst the most endangered species in the world, the hawksbill turtle and the leatherback turtle. In the past 100 years, the hawksbill turtle has lost 90% of its population, 80% of which has been lost in the past 10 years. As of 1996, the UN classified it as a critically endangered species. The leatherback turtle is listed by the UN as vulnerable, yet many subpopulations are facing extinction. Number 4. Orangutan. Since the millennium, the Sumatran orangutan has been classified by the UN as critically endangered, with approximately 80% of the population lost in the past 75 years, mainly as a result of mass deforestation. This awful trend continues to put pressure on the remaining population of 6,600 Sumatran orangutans that are estimated to remain on this earth. Number 5. Sumatran elephant. In the past 25 years, the Sumatran elephant has lost an astounding 70% of its habitat to deforestation for palm oil plantations, agriculture and human settlements. Less than 2,000 are estimated to exist, and in 2011, the Sumatran elephant was classified by the IUCN as critically endangered. Number 6. Saola. In 1992, the discovery of this mystical creature, sometimes referred to as the Asian unicorn, in Vietnam was hailed one of the most spectacular zoological discoveries of the 20th century. Yet already, this elusive and beautiful animal been deemed by the International Union for Conservation of Nature to be critically endangered and is one of the rarest large mammals to exist on planet Earth. Number 6. Vaquita. With less than 100 thought to exist, the vaquita is the rarest marine mammal in the world. Time is running out for these elusive little sea porpoises, with extinction predicted as soon as 2018. Number 8. Tiger. The tiger has long been hunted for its distinctive patterned fur. Of the 9 tiger subspecies, 3 are already extinct. Many are endangered, but it is the South China tiger and the Sumatran tiger that currently face the biggest threat to their survival. Tragically, the South China tiger is thought to be extinct in the wild, as it hasn't been spotted since the 1970s. The Sumatran tiger is the only surviving tiger subspecies indigenous to Indonesia, and as of 2008 it has been classified by the International Union for Conservation of Nature as critically endangered. Less than 500 of these tigers exist today, in comparison with a population estimation of up to 1,000 in 1978. Number 9. Rhinos. 3 of the 5 species in the family of Rhinoceratidae are among the most endangered species in the world: the black rhino, the Javan rhino and the Sumatran rhino. The Javan rhino is the most threatened with extinction, with the total population of only 60 surviving in one national park in Java, Indonesia. The Sumatran rhino is critically endangered. It has been estimated that less than 100 exist today in the wild. The black rhino is classified by the International Union for Conservation of Nature as critically endangered with 3 subspecies declared extinct in 2011. Number 10. Pangolin. Despite their tough appearance, these small, warrior-built mammals are losing the battle against poachers and habitat loss. All 8 species of pangolin are under threat, ranging from vulnerable to critically endangered. They are the most trafficked animal in the world, hunted for their scales which can be sold on the black market for up to $3,000 per kilogram. Number 11. Polar bear. The Arctic's polar bears have become the iconic symbol of early victims of climate-induced habitat loss. Designated a threatened species for protection by the Endangered Species Act in the U.S., many polar bear populations will be vulnerable to extinction within the next century if warming trends in the Arctic continue at the current pace. Number 12. Pacific walrus. The Arctic's Bering and Chukchi Seas are home to the Pacific walrus, one of the latest victims of climate change. In September of this year, up to 200 dead walruses were spotted on the shore of the Chukchi Sea on Alaska's northwest coast. These animals use floating ice for resting, birthing and nursing calves, and protection from predators. With Arctic ice melting, the Pacific walrus is experiencing habitat loss to the extent that in September 2009, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service announced that adding the walrus to the Endangered Species Act may be warranted. Number 13. Magellanic penguin. Once threatened primarily by oil spills, Magellanic penguins now face a larger threat as fish are displaced by warming ocean currents, forcing the birds to swim farther to find food. Last year hundreds of Magellanic penguins washed up on beaches around Rio de Janeiro, many emaciated or dead. Scientists have speculated that changes in ocean currents or temperatures, which may be related to climate change, could have been responsible for their movement more than 1,000 miles north of their traditional nesting area in the southern tip of Argentina. 12 out of the 17 penguin species are currently experiencing rapid population decline. Number 14. Bluefin tuna. The Atlantic bluefin tuna, Phastinus, is a large migratory fish found in the western and eastern Atlantic and the Mediterranean Sea. Bluefin tuna is the source of highest-grade sushi. Bluefin tuna fisheries are near collapse and the species at serious risk of extinction if unsustainable fishing practices in the eastern Atlantic and Mediterranean are not stopped. Number 15. Giant panda. The giant panda, which numbers around 1,600 in the wild, faces an uncertain future. Its forest habitat in the mountainous areas of southwest China has become fragmented, creating a number of small and isolated populations. Worldwide Fund for Nature has been active in giant panda conservation for nearly 3 decades by working with the Chinese government to protect habitats through the creation of reserves and to help local communities become less dependent on forest resources. Over half of the habitat where pandas live is now protected, and corridors are being established to connect key panda populations. But the 1,600 remaining wild pandas are still living in over 20 geographically separate areas, and infrastructure development is on the increase, so there's still much more to be done. Number 16. Tasmanian devil. Between 1996 and 2008, the population of Tasmanian devils dropped some 60% due to a contagious cancer known as devil facial tumor disease. It continues to decimate populations of the species, which only occurs on the Australian island of Tasmania. There may only be 10,000 wild individuals remaining. Captive breeding of uninfected individuals has been instituted and efforts have been made to develop a vaccine for the cancer, which is thought to have stemmed from mutated cells from a single specimen. Number 17. Sea otter. The luxurious waterproof coat that insulates sea otters from the chilly waters that they inhabit almost led to its extinction. A target of the commercial fur trade, the species was almost wiped out, with only some 2,000 of an estimated 300,000 left by 1911. That year, an international ban on commercial hunting was enacted. Though that ban, along with management and conservation measures taken in the wake of the 1972 Marine Mammal Protection Act, have helped populations recover to perhaps a third of their earlier numbers, they are highly vulnerable to both natural phenomena such as killer whale predation and to other factors such as oil spills. Number 18. Blue whale. There are fewer than 25,000 blue whales, the largest animals on the planet. The current population is thought to have been reduced by up to 90% by whaling in the 20th century. Commercial hunting of the species was ultimately banned in 1966. The National Marine Fisheries Service of the U.S. spelled out a recovery plan in 1998. It stipulated the maintenance of photo databases of individual specimens and the collection of genetic and migration data in order to better understand the species, which remains at risk from ship collisions and entanglement in fishing nets. Number 19. Whooping crane bird. In 1938, the first year a population survey was conducted, only 29 whooping cranes remained in the wild. 3 years later, only 16 were left. Hunting and reduction of their wetland habitat had vitiated the population, and concerted efforts to salvage remnant birds did not begin until the late 1960s. Today, there are over 400 birds, thanks in large part to innovative breeding programs. Though a plan that involved transferring whooping crane eggs to the nests of related sandhill cranes for fostering ultimately failed, captive rearing and reintroduction have established 2 wild populations in Florida, one of which has been taught to migrate to Wisconsin. Neither is self-sustaining. The only self-sustaining population migrates between Alberta, Canada, and Texas, U.S. Number 20. Monarch butterfly. Every year millions of delicate monarch butterflies migrate from North America to their winter habitat in Mexico. A well-conserved and protected high-altitude pine and fir forest in Mexico is essential for the survival of the overwintering of monarchs, which has been recognized as an endangered biological phenomenon. The protection of its reproductive habitats in the United States and Canada is also crucial to saving this species' migration, one of the most remarkable natural phenomena on the planet. The Worldwide Fund for Nature, in collaboration with the Mexican Fund for the Conservation of Nature, has designed an innovative conservation strategy to protect and restore the monarch butterfly's wintering habitat in Mexico, so butterflies are protected from extreme weather and other threats. The Worldwide Fund for Nature is also supporting local communities to establish trees nurseries that are reintroduced to the monarch butterfly reserve, creating at the same time new sources of income for the owners of the monarch forests. That is it on the top 20 critically endangered animals that may soon no longer exist. We believed you were educated and entertained. Please remember to subscribe to our channel to get update whenever we publish a new astonishing videos like this one. Also share the video to your friends and relatives. Use the sharing buttons below. Thanks for